All right, what's up, family? What's up? It's me, Jerry Rules Live Worldwide, a.k.a. the Batman. Batman of Charm City, baby. What's up, y'all? You enjoying your spring? It's here. You asked for it. You out there cleaning up your yard? You started cleaning those windows so you can see out there? Nah, you didn't. Well, you got Saturday coming. That's right, we got Easter Sunday, Resurrection. Praise God, give him all the glory. We right here, y'all. Positive Power, XXI Christian Media. Your host, the Batman of Charm City, late night radio. I get everybody off, y'all. Yeah, they off for the whole month of April. That's right, no Christian Party Line, no Next Man Up, no Paula G. It's everybody chilling, y'all, enjoying their family. You know, we'll get out, do some spring shopping tomorrow and enjoy their holiday. Get ready for dinner. Easter dinner. All right, y'all, we got a special guest tonight. You know her as V Speaklife. And her brother's here, too. He called himself Pony Boy. Valdemir, he's going to be here. Got a chance to meet that brother at Atlanta. That's right, Atlanta, Georgia. At the Hampton Suites. That's right, my headquarters. Hampton Suites at the airport. I-85, shout out to all the staff there that made our stay so comfortable for the 3 days. All right, y'all, we have a great show. Speaklife is here. She's going to talk about her advocacy, a program. She has an open mic on Fridays, and Anime helps her out with that. We can't give you all the good stuff because they're going to be on My Journey with Paula G, airing in Season 3. That's right. I think it's actually Season 4 we're going into, but we're in Season 3 now. But it's probably going to air Season 4 most likely. Because we got so many shows, y'all. Paula G, she can kick out some episodes. Shout out to Paula G. What's up, Jada? Jada Queen, my homegirl. Right here in Charm City. What's going on? Yeah, my dad said he saw you a couple months ago at the Harriet Tubman Museum and down in Cambridge, Maryland, y'all. Yeah, come on out, y'all, to Maryland. We got so much going on. We had the Cherry Blossom Parade just went on. Yeah, that was beautiful. Summer Pearson was in it, singing her heart out in the parade, the Cherry Blossom Parade, right in the capital, D.C. All right, y'all, I'm your host tonight. You got Batman for 30 minutes, actually 40. But we're going to talk to V Speak and Pony Boy at 11:30. They're going to come on and talk to us, tell us what they up to. In the good old Peachtree State, Georgia. We got some thick pollen down there. Y'all still haven't gotten over it yet. Yeah, Batman still got the stuffies, the nose stuffies. Yeah. I'm taking a night course so I can get to sleep. But it's all good, y'all. Don't forget, y'all, you can go out to Positive Power, XXI Christian Media, positivepower21.org, positivepower21.org. And check out all our live stream, y'all. We got this is a big network. Man, we got a lot of content, y'all. All your people, all your Christian brothers and sisters doing their thing right on TV. And speaking of TV, y'all, remember you can catch My Journey with Paula G. That's right. It actually aired today on Friday. On Good Friday, aired on WATC.TV, channel 57.1 if you're on digital in Atlanta. Channel 1 on Comcast if you're in Atlanta. That's right, Atlanta, Georgia. Yep, Paula G was on there. Her special guest was Derek Burnett. He's a businessman here in Charm City. He's an architect. Yes, actually attended a church he built. Awesome, too. Actually had a gym. Yeah, it was built. It was a gym. It converts to a gymnasium and a amphitheater. Remarkable building. Yeah, yep. Check them out. Also, y'all, if you're interested in premiering or showcasing your abilities, we have a sound stage here. You can come here, big or small. Let me know what you want. You know, you want to look like a superstar, a gospel rock star. We got all that for you, y'all. We got a lot of toys here, y'all. Just let Batman know what you want. You want to unplug, you know, just you and your music, sitting in the dark, blacked out, or you want some lights on you, gospel star experience, or you want the big stage. Just let me know. We got it all. We can make it happen for you. That's right. This is your time, y'all. Stop playing around. Time to invest in yourself. You know, we're not getting no younger, y'all. And there's a lot of competition. Them young boys, them young girls, they coming out of the woodwork. They coming after what could be yours. Stardom. That's right, glorifying the Lord. That's right on television, y'all. We got big television specials right around the corner, y'all. Right around the corner. Me and Paula G will be promoting that pretty soon. We got some big television specials coming up. Some of you call them showcases, but these are actually a television special. They're going to be taped and filmed exclusively for television. That's right. Some of them will be shown on My Journey with Paula G. And then some of them going to be shown probably on some of our Merlin cable networks. Yep, we got a lot of this stuff going on here, y'all, but you got to connect with us. Speaking of connect, you can connect with You First Management. That's right, Dr. Trinell Stewart. She can help you decide what you need, what be good for you. You can check her out. She actually promotes and manages other artists coming out of the Florida area. So check her out. That'd be Dr. Trinell Stewart at You First Management Enterprise. All right. Yeah, she managed artists like I think Trent, Kent Osborne, Ree, and Felicia Joseph, just to name a few. I think she used to manage Jarrell Golden, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it was Slim Veezy. Yeah, they doing their thing, y'all. They travel to the Bahamas and all those places performing their gifts that God had blessed them with. That's right. They got a lot of talent out there, y'all. A lot of talent. I mean, we got people that's event planners, promoters, managers, not just the artists. You got people behind the scenes making things happen. And speaking of all of that, sometimes you got to realize sometimes you just can't do it all. You may think you don't have the money, but you really do. Just sow a seed, man. You be remorse not to invest in yourself, because I'm telling you, you start putting that money that you think you don't have into yourself, God will bless you like you just don't know. Man, I could tell you some stories, but I don't want to do that because people are going to be thinking I'm bragging. But I'm not. I'm just a praise report. But, if you're looking at us right now on Facebook Live, man, I remember sitting in church when God told me what this was going to look like, what this was going to be. Television station, radio station. And remember, Batman was playing radio at one time. Yeah, it was just a hobby. I was just on here podcasting by myself, me and Tina Hobson, Superwoman, and Superman Linton Smith. We were just, all three of us on here just having fun, just podcasting. Then we bought Miss Benita, Storm Talk 365. Next thing you know, we designing logos for each other and, brainstorming, thinking how we going to go live. Are we ready to go live? And next thing you know, we got radio stations now. Yeah, I think Linton he actually has a production company doing television networking, and Miss Benita still have her radio station going on, 365, all talk radio. And then we got Kimmy Kim. She came off AM radio in Kansas. I believe it's Kansas. Is that where you from? St. Louis. Yeah, she was doing AM radio, and then she came over the internet. She got about 15 podcasters under her, and she's collaborated with Positive Power. I think I got about 15, 20 podcasters, and, form one of the largest internet radio stations probably in the world right now. That's right. Yeah, we actually compete with those FM guys because they actually trying to stream right now. They still trying to figure it out. Yep, they still trying to figure out. Yep, man. Yeah, man. Jordan, actually, we were consultants for public television network. They actually want us to come out and take a look at what they were doing to see if they were on the right track. They about to pull out all those old boards and put in new technology. And the new technology is everything's in the computer. It's all software driven. That's right. You don't need a lot of hardware. Not much at all. You'd be surprised what it all scaled down to. At one time, you needed a big studio, big office space to house that stuff with air running underneath the floor. You don't need that stuff anymore. Man, I think one board would take care of everything you need to do, even though I use 3. I mean, I could scale it down, but I'm kind of comfortable with where it is. But, just to tell you guys, that it's possible right now for you to live your dream. It's all possible. All possible. Just step out there and sow a seed into yourself and make it happen. All right. All right, y'all, we're going to take another music break. When we come back, we're going to talk to V Speaklife. We're so excited to have her here. We had a chance to hang out with her over the weekend. Her and her brother, he had an opportunity to come to the set to do an episode with Paula G. And speaking of Paula G, like I said, we had an opportunity. The Paula G show actually comes on Thursdays, every Thursday at 11:30, right before Babby House on WATC 2 TOO.TV. If you're on the internet, if you're not living in Atlanta, if you're living in Atlanta, you can catch it on channel 57.2 digital, and I think it's on channel 2 on Comcast, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, it's running on all your Connect TV networks like Apple TV, Google Play, Hulu, just to name a few. Truly, all right. So other than that, you can catch Paula G's show on Sundays at 8:00 a.m. And then today they ran it at it came on today at 8:00 this morning on that big network. Yeah, that network I think see well over 20 million households. It covers the whole entire Atlanta. Atlanta Live is one of their real popular shows because it features a lot of gospel artists, and you get a chance to see interviews being done on the couch. And then they got the prayer line, which is really hot, really taking off. You catch Paula there 2 nights a week out of the month, 2 days out of the month on the prayer line, leading that charge. And it's been so awesome, man. We are so blessed and happy and glad that God has shown us favor. Paula G and I have celebrated 1 year in production of My Journey, which led into 5 other programs. We actually tape top 5 gospel countdown and the top 10 gospel countdown, and we have the Lakeisha Mosley show, as well as Late Night with Jerry Royce Live, where we have artists and authors come into the studio that's in the DMV area and talk about what they're doing in God's kingdom. And we're actually working on another program where you're going to have an opportunity to see some of Maryland. That's right. We're going to have a traveling show that's coming up. We're just waiting for them to go into production and start working on it. And also, we got Gospel Music Magazine with Summer Pearson. She's right now, she'll be back real soon. She's in hiatus right now because she's out there performing. Her boys have been performing, doing her thing. And like I mentioned earlier, she's actually was part of the Cherry Blossom Parade, which is a real big event in the D.C. area. And she's been doing that for a couple of years now. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and take a music break. We come back, we're going to talk to V Speaklife and Pony Boy. All right, and this one right here is called Please Don't Let My Living Be in Vain by For Christ. And these guys are with Tony D. That's right, you can find them with being managed by Tony D. Here we go. Please don't let my living be in vain.
Oh Lord, please don't Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of Double XI.
Positive Power 21.org Internet Radio.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right. Thank everybody for hanging in there with us. That was For Christ. And you can find them on Tony D's network. That's right. Tony D promotes them. I guess he has a management company that's just managing those guys. So check them out. All right, y'all. We're back. We're back on Positive Power, Double XI Christian Media, Late Night with Jerry Royce Live Worldwide. That's right. Right here on Double XI. All right. We got V Life and her brother, Pony Boy, with us tonight. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? What's up?
Hey.
Hey.
Can you feel the power?
I can feel the power. All right. Well, we're going to start off with you first, V. Tell everybody a little something about yourself and where they can find you at. All right.
Well, bless you and greetings, everyone. My name is V Speaklife, and I'm the executive director and founder of Shifted Masterpiece Incorporated. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we serve and support domestic violence survivors and at-risk youth. We offer life coaching services, and we try to fit in where we get in and offer essential life skills to the many folk in need in those areas. I'm also an author. The title of my book is Shifted Masterpiece, a story of love and horror in Savannah, Georgia. And I'm a consultant, an artist manager, and I think that's a lot.
Yeah.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the social media outlets as V Speak Life, and for the nonprofit as Shifted Masterpiece.
Shifted Masterpiece. Awesome name. I forgot you did artist development because I was looking at your Facebook page and I thought I saw you. Was that you sitting at the organ? You actually played the organ, the keyboard? Was that you?
No, that was not me.
That wasn't you? Oh, it looked like you.
Maybe that was the prophetic vision that you had of me.
Well, I was on your page. I know that. I think it was, was an event that was going on, and somebody was performing. I guess it was maybe it was a band.
Oh well, yes. So we have open mics every first Saturday of the month. Mm-hmm. We do it as a community outreach for domestic violence awareness. Mm-hmm. And my big little brother is on the line with us tonight. Pony Boy is our fabulous host. We're there in Lawrenceville, not Lawrenceville, but Wilburn, Georgia, off of Lawrenceville Highway. Mm-hmm. And we have an amazing time. But Pony Boy could probably shed a little more light on how much fun we have and how it goes.
Yeah, because it sounded like Paula G. sounded like she had a ball, with you guys last week. The other Saturday.
Paula G. Yes. Paula G. came out and had a great time, a really great time, letting her hair down. It's just a nice, relaxing atmosphere. And we do it to allow folks in the community to come out and have an outlet. It's an opportunity for them to lift their voice for things that they may have stifled in the past, an opportunity to just share what's on their hearts, what's on their minds, and just let it go.
That's
so
right.
There's a lot of therapy in writing. There's a lot of therapy in song and lifting our voices even if you had not gone through or experienced anything that's been horrific in your lifetime, it's a great way to be the voice of the voiceless. So many people have had their voices stripped from them, and they are silent. And our job is to help them break the silence so that they can move onward and upward with their lives.
That's a good idea. I don't know why they don't do that with the schools. The school system. So that's a great idea to have kids, even if you don't have any writing talent. It's fun just trying sometime. You'd be surprised what you can do if you just try and then put a team together and everybody work. Because not everybody can do the same thing. Somebody's going to bring something different to the table. So that's an excellent idea. I love that idea. All right, well, let's get Pony Boy on the line. Pony Boy, what's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Hey, my brother, how you doing? I'm blessed.
Awesome, man. We've been getting some big downpours, man. We're trying to get the green stuff to grow, and it's growing really fast out here. It's ridiculous. We're cutting lawns already. I wasn't ready.
I was actually out in the weather early this morning, and sitting back watching the news this evening. I can't say anything but God,
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, places that I traveled today, they had sinkholes, down trees. It was just ridiculous, but, it was God's grace that kept me and brought me on home,
That's right. Bless you. All right, Pony, but we had a chance to meet you on the set of My Journey with Paula G. You had a chance to tell your story, which we're not going to touch that today. We want people to stand by. That's right. We want them to connect with WATC 57.1, 57.2, and we'll be promoting the shows as they air. That's something Paul and I didn't really get a chance to do because they had apps and all that stuff, and people was having problems with the apps and stuff. But now they have devoted the websites to both channels, so that is so awesome. So it's easy for people to just go out to the website and catch the show. So we'll be able to promote it a lot easier now. But anyway,
absolutely.
One of the things that I was putting out there today was about miracles. We're in Resurrection, Easter and everything, and one of the big stories people remember is that Jesus rose, and he did some things that people have never seen before, and Moses done some things, the power of God. But that was one of the things that there was your story that came out, in the interview with Paula G. That you was part of a big miracle. Really, two miracles,
absolutely.
Really, So
still smiling.
Yeah, man. So we can't wait. We're not going to let the cat out the bag. We're going to say that so when people can tune in when we promote, and we're going to have you back. We're going to try to have you back on Dr. Kelly's show, so you can talk about your experience, and then people get a chance to hear the interview. So we're going to kind of save that for next time. All right, amen. So we're gonna try to keep you around, man. So anyway, tell us about this great program, this big mastermind idea of your sister to engage the community. How's that been for you? Tell us about your experience.
Oh man, it's been huge. It's been a blessing, and the way it came about was, my late aunt, late great Reverend Carol King. She used to always tell us, be ye yet ready,
Mm-hmm.
And one particular night, I joined my sister and my older sister, my niece, to the open mic. And when we walked in the building, she said, "Oh yeah, Pony Boy, you hosting tonight." And I said, "Okay." She's the little sister, but she's the captain.
That's right.
So, I said, "Where's the mic?" And I'm like, I don't know if y'all old enough to remember Nas, but Nas said, all I need is one mic.
That's right, one mic. That was my song.
I got the mic.
Yeah, man.
And I've been thrilled and actually honored, and this it's been a privilege of mine to be able to host the event, because I have a front row seat to everything that's going on, not only the artistry and the spoken word, the comedy, but one thing that we do have at the open mic, because it is an open mic, Speak Life has given domestic violence survivors a platform where they can come and share their stories.
Wow.
And some of these stories are so heart-wrenching. You know, I mean, the strength of these women, you know, not only to share their story, but the fact that they endured that and came out on the other side, because oftentimes domestic violence leads to death.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And just listening to these stories and then knowing V Speak Life's story, which is detailed in her terrific book, I mean, it's just given me an opportunity not only to look at it from a male perspective, but listening to the women, you know, my heart really goes out to them.
Yeah.
And hosting the event allows me to do something that's, you know, being a part of something that's bigger than me.
Yeah,
And,
that's right.
and something that's impactful. When these people come out and sing and rap and do spoken word, and like I said, the young ladies sharing their stories, it's therapeutic.
That's right.
You know,
It is.
Therapeutic, not just entertaining, but it's therapeutic.
Yeah,
so
it
I
is.
just thank God for my baby sister giving me the opportunity to be a part of it.
That's right. And it reminds you kind of when and you know, it kind of reminds you of some of the testimonies you hear from people when they, you know, when they going through emotional distress, when they start penning, you know, start writing things down and getting it out. It kind of helps a lot when they write it down. Then they're ready to share it, you know, to help other people. And then they feel more like, okay, I'm empowered now. Let me go out there and help someone else who don't know about that. You know, that's the way to move forward with your life. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys, a lot of people don't know, but that's the reason why I'm not playing radio no more. I used to play radio. I used to just come on here and just have fun, you know, and interviewing people, just being nosy. But after interviewing so many people who I thought were just regular, you know, authors that were just writing, you know, fictional stories and stuff, you know, like street lit and everything, I thought it was just going to be entertainment. But one of the things I used to always ask people is I always say, who is Maisha? Who is Maisha? And the next thing you know, Maisha say, Maisha is a woman who escaped 20 years of domestic violence. I was like, whoa. I ain't mean that Maisha, you know, but that's what started coming out. The pain, they would share that first. And I was getting these stories consecutively. I mean, it was like every night, cause I was broadcasting like 2 shows a night, 5 days a week. And it was starting to become more and more and more. And I guess I was starting to become like an Oprah or something. People was like wanting to share. Cause my wife would always say, why people always tell you everything? You ain't no psychiatrist. But, you know, they feel comfortable enough to share it, even though they were talking to the world, you know? So V, in your experience with it, you know, what type of person, I mean, what does it take for you to really come out and start sharing it, you know, and write it down? I mean, how long does it take for a person to heal from something like that? In your own words.
You know, Jerry, a lot of times when you have experienced something traumatic in your lifetime, we suppress it.
Mm-hmm.
And until we, something may or may not trigger what we suppressed those many years ago. It could have happened to you yesterday, but we try to pretend that it did not happen.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, it really just starts with self-reflection and that bit of honesty that we must have with ourselves. You know, so once we start seeing the truth for what it really is and not, and actually standing in our truth, you know, my mom who actually helped me in my initial phase when I escaped and wanted to understand what was going on because I felt a bit brainwashed, and every day it felt surreal to me because I couldn't believe that I was experiencing domestic violence. So one of the things that my mom said to me was the truth shall set you free. Mm. With her just saying that, it's a reminder of what I experienced, a reminder of what I had been taught many years ago. It's what the word tells us. The truth shall set you free. And also the truth is what will remain.
Yeah.
The truth will remain. Because the truth will remain, we have to learn how to stand in our truth, being transparent so that people don't have to feel, oh, I have to hide and sweep these things under the rug. So you ask me, well, what, how do you come to even coming to a point and feeling comfortable enough to share that with other people? It starts with being honest with yourself. And then that bit of shame that you feel, that bit of embarrassment, it begins to go away, because the more we begin to speak these stories and share these stories and experiences with one another, and you realize, oh, girl, it happened to me too. You too? Girl, it happened to me too. Man, it happened to you?
Yeah.
Dude, it happened to a guy. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, no.
We have to have healthy conversations, even in the church. Even in the church, Jerry, we're at a point now where we're still sweeping things under the rug in the church.
It's true.
But we have to get to a point where we're open and honest with each other, with ourselves and with each other. And what I found with our open mic, because that is our platform for people to come and share. And just so you know, it's not all horrific stories and that type of sharing. We actually have a really good time, and you're going to wonder. But it's those words that are being shared that are powerful and impactful. And, I've had a few women to come up to me and a couple of men to come up to me and say thank you, only because it gave them their chance to get up and speak.
That's right.
It's their voice that they weren't using, and they'll say, because you, referring to me, because you said something, it made me not feel so bad and isolated and alone. It made me realize that I have a group of people that are here and available to help me. I have friends in the community that can help me. And these are things that I didn't know. I didn't know that there was a National Domestic Violence Hotline. If you don't mind me sharing that number,
yeah, go ahead.
It's the National Domestic Violence Hotline. And if you're listening and you feel that you're experiencing domestic violence, you're afraid, and we get it. We totally get it. There's this number. It's 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-SAFE. They will help you escape the situation you're in safely for you and your children, male or female. Doesn't matter. Domestic violence sees no barriers between in any form of demographics.
That's
it
right.
can impact anyone and any socioeconomic status.
That's right. That's true.
Any race, any gender. So please, if you need help, call that number again. It's 1-800-799-SAFE, and there are counselors, advocates on call 24/7.
Awesome.
24/7, and they're ready and available.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I had collaborated with my cousin. She's actually a screenplay writer, stage play writer, and she has like a cast of actors that are working on a play right now. And we're actually going to be putting small skits together like we did with Shalonda. She did a great job, her and her sister, just to bring it out there, just doing a couple short films and just bringing awareness out there. When people see that, then that person, that monster, is looking at himself and say, wow, am I doing that to the person I'm supposed to love, the person I'm supposed to cherish? Because a lot of times they do these things because, like you said, it's probably something that happened to them when they were young, where they were molested or abused, and then they just grow up and it comes out in them. It doesn't even start out like that. I remember this one lady said her husband didn't even have no situation like that. It was learned behavior. He was hanging out with some guys and they were doing their girlfriends and wives that way. And then he decided that he wanted to start doing her that way because he kept seeing it all the time because he was hanging out with those guys after work.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa, I never heard that one before. It was like a learned behavior. And plus, it was associated with drugs, abuse, and stuff like that too. So anyway, we just want to make sure that we do our part to bring it to the airways. And one of the things I think that's so effective, Pony Boy, about podcasting you're so limited with the radio airways, because if you look at the demographics of the airways, you have it all segmented where, you got so many white stations, so many Christian stations, so many R&B, rock, sports radio, and there's no one really devoted to just talking about topics. You may have a small AM station, but they like to deal with mostly with politics, but they don't really address some of the stuff that where these advocates are dealing with every day, whether it's you're talking about dealing with at-risk moms and runaway teens. I mean, there's so many issues that need to be talked about. And given to our politicians, they so busy stealing from one another that the real issues is not being addressed, because they got so many internal problems. Whenever you got those lawyers involved, most of the guys used to be lawyers too, man. I ain't gonna go there, but
that's
anyway.
One of the things that I've caught a few episodes of Jada Pinkett Smith's Red Table.
Yeah, good show.
And with her mother and her daughter, they have guests on, and their topics are topics that you don't see on The View and The Real and The Talk,
Yep.
And they get in.
They go hard.
They're open and they're honest.
Yeah. Real transparent.
Just like you said.
Yeah, we need that kind of talk. And it's funny, I grew up with her. My wife actually grew up a block or two from her grandmother's house, and I actually grew up a block down from where her mom was living. And when she was telling that story about when she was strung out, that was on the same street I lived on. Yep. We grew up in the Mondawmin community. You guys probably familiar with Mondawmin. That's where the Baltimore riots started out at. The Mondawmin Mall. That's a lot of people don't know that mall produce their retail dollars is the highest in this country, especially when it comes to tennis shoes and pocketbooks and you name it. Yeah, man, a lot of money come through there. A lot of black money. So anyway, Pony Boy, before we go, because I know we only got a few minutes left, one of the things I wanted people to know, your life has been so incredible, fascinating, because one, you're like a lot of the guys that we actually have a show that they call No Judgment Zone, and the guys that host that show were incarcerated for more than 7 or 8 years. And one of the things that they talk a lot about is how they cherish their wives. These guys actually were married while they were in the penitentiary. And then when they got out, they were able to, start a family, and they have ministries, they have businesses, very successful. And basically that's who their guests are. So it's like, basically this is a story that you don't hear about at all. I mean, it could be some 60-minute program, and who knows, but most of the time, 60 minutes is mostly like a revolving door. The same guy coming out is the same guy coming back. But these guys, they have friends who are successful, and they support one another.
That's one of the things that, being up here in Atlanta with my baby sister is giving me the opportunity to network and meet people and let people know what's on my mind and my vision. And myself, I did 10 years straight. Mm-hmm. And when I came home on a Saturday, and Monday morning I got up and I walked to the Department of Labor. That day I got a job with a temp service unloading trailers at a warehouse.
Right.
In the course of unloading those trailers, I met truck drivers, and I asked them, what they were doing, how much money they made, and I got that information, and I went to Savannah Technical School in Savannah, and I went to truck driving school at night. I worked during the day, got off, and went to truck driving school. Upon receiving my CDL, of course, no one wanted to hire me.
Right.
They had a job fair, but no one wanted to hire a convicted felon. So that kind of like pushed me into the direction of, okay, y'all don't want to hire me? I buy my own truck.
That's right.
I bought my first truck. It was an old 1991 Volvo, and it was nothing to look at. But that first year, I made over $100,000 with that truck. Wow! And I went on to buy 3 other trucks, and I had Pony Boy Transportation Incorporated. but I didn't do it, you know, and I don't talk about it in a braggadocious manner or anything. I talk about it not just for my nephews and everything, but I talk about it for the young dude that's coming home. He feel like he has to go back on the block. Is, you know, I'm not working for the man, and nobody want to hire me, and nothing I could do. So, you know, I tell all these young brothers, especially when I'm invited to go to youth Sundays at different churches, and I explain to them my story, where I came from, hustling in Savannah. You know, when crack came to town, I forgot about everything. You know, dropped out of school, I wanted to sell crack. And, of course, I suffered the consequences behind it. I lost all my 20s incarcerated. But when I came home and I saw the obstacles in my way, I didn't just give up and go back to selling dope so I could increase the recidivism rate. I found a way to do it another way.
That's right.
And I try and let these brothers know that there's more to life than the street life.
That's right. That's right.
And I owned a small business, and it was thriving. I suffered a traumatic back injury back in 2013, but before that, the trucking business was thriving, you know.
That's right.
So now what I do, I was just talking to a guy tonight, matter of fact. If you want to get your CDL, or you might already have your learners, whatever you want to do in the trucking industry, if there's anything I can do, I'm willing to help you. I don't charge anyone. I just do it because I want to reach out and give back. I want to help somebody that wants to help themselves. And I'm not a $1 million guy or anything, but I do know about trucks.
That's right.
And I can help you get your CDL. I've helped several of my friends, and they're doing well in the trucking business now. A few of them I have 4 trucks, and some of my friends actually have 5 or better.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
But, you know, I helped them get their CDL, and they took it on from there. You know?
That's right. So,
anybody
yeah.
who need help with the pre-trip.
So you're a consultant, man.
Studying for the test.
So you like a consultant. You like a businessman consultant then. That's a business right there. Showing people how to get set up in business.
Because I know how it is. It's just like you said, you know, you got that recidivism rate that's so bad, especially for our young black males. You know, when I see my nephews, when I see guys in the barbershop, you know, I'm telling them, hey, man, it's more to it than that. You know, I know a young dude that just got out of prison 3 months ago, and he's already back to selling dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell him, look, man, come on, man. You just did 6 years straight. And you back out here with the same foolishness, man? Come on, man.
He probably did better selling socks and T-shirts. You know?
Man, you know, it's just crazy. But my heart really goes out to him because I think about all the years I wasted incarcerated. You know, Georgia, they took out the college programs. They took out the weights. So all I did in 10 years is learn how to play spades and basketball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just a waste of my youth.
Right.
So I'm trying to help another brother where he doesn't have to do the same thing that I did, repeat the same mistakes that I made. You know?
That's true. You say he took out the weights. They took the weight room out. Is that what you said, Pony Boy? You said he took the weight rooms out?
They took all the weights out of the Georgia state. I don't know about the federal system, but in the state, they took all the weights out, and they got rid of all the college programs. You can still get your GED, but it was one time you could take college courses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Courses, you know, again, now this is back in the 90s,
right?
And you know, so while I was there, I absolutely when I say it was a waste of time, it was a waste of time. You know, of course, I learned a lot. You know, I always tell people that's where I was raised. That's where my mindset is different. But as far as, you know, what I could have been doing had I been in society in my 20s, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. So, you know, when I went to court one day to be a character witness for a young fella, they wanted to give him 5 years in prison. And to try and summarize this, not to take up no more time, but the assistant district attorney wanted to give him 5 years, and they called me up there to testify as a character witness. And when I told the judge the same thing I just told you, I said, in 10 years of being incarcerated, All I did was learn how to play spades and basketball.
Mm.
This young man, he's 21 years old. He doesn't need to have his life just thrown away over a nonviolent offense. You know what I mean?
Right.
By the time I finish talking, and this is no lie, by the time I finish sharing my story and why this young man didn't need to go into the system, even the bailiffs, the deputies that were in the courtroom, they were crying. When they came out in the corridor, they hugged me, and one of the deputies, she was like, I need you to talk to my son.
Mm.
The people that were in there trying to get him locked up for 5 years, they were hugging him and hugging me.
Wow.
Afterwards, and they were like, no, we don't want you to go in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, a lot of times the courts are just throwing away our youth.
Yeah, they don't know, right? Because they don't know. Because they don't know what's really going on in there, man. Once the kid walk out of there, they don't really care. They want to the next case. They so backed up.
Man. I try to tell my nephew, you got these kids walking around, pants sagging and everything. Where I come from, where I was raised at Reedsville, you walk around with your pants sagging, somebody got something for you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You walk around disrespecting your elders, somebody got something for you. I could be standing there disrespecting an elder and somebody that doesn't have anything to do with it, they're going to break my jaw.
Mm.
You don't talk to your elders like that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
This man, in Reedsville, the average dude there, I say about 90% of the dudes there got at least one life sentence.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these dudes, they don't play the radio.
Mm.
That's where I was raised, in Reedsville, Georgia. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Georgia State Prison. That's where I was raised. They don't play.
Mm.
And so, these young dudes that think it's a badge of honor to go in the chain gang, to go in the prison system, they think that gives them some kind of street cred. Well, one thing they don't think about, you have to make it back to the street.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of young dudes with a little bit of time that don't even make it back home.
Yeah.
I was standing in the mail line one day. I was standing in the mail line, and all of a sudden, the dude in front of me, he dropped. When he fell on the ground, he had just a tiny speck of blood on his chest where he just got stabbed.
Mm.
Guess what? He was 23 years old. He had 2 weeks left before he got released, but he had a reputation of breaking into people's lockers. And guess what? The guy that stabbed him stabbed the wrong dude because he didn't break in this guy's locker. But he had a reputation for breaking in lockers, so the guy just automatically assumed it was him, and he killed him right there in front of me.
Wow.
I had a guy that I know this is a Christian station, so you just have to use your imagination. A guy called another guy a PN while we were eating chicken. When we have chicken leg quarters, the chow hall is still. We sitting there eating chicken. He called him a PN and snatched this chicken off the tray. That guy did not make it out the chow hall. Died right there. And one thing I want you to keep in your mind, when he stabbed him, not one person in the chow hall got up and left. Everybody finished their chicken. That's how Reedsville is.
Wow.
That's where I grew up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody said, why he did that? Oh, I saw it. Nobody saw anything. They finished eating that chicken.
Yeah, man. And that's exactly why I was going to say, that's why Ken Osborne and those guys always make a point in their life to go out to those correction places where the kids are just, like juvie places, and talk to those boys because they don't really know a lot of times. They may hear, but when they tell them what's really going on, it kind of changed their mentality on things, especially because it's a lot more opportunities out here now, especially with the internet and, like you said, service, so many service. You have an opportunity to start your own landscaping business, especially since they ran all the immigrants out. It's a lot of jobs out here now.
Right.
Yeah, number 45, open it up.
Try to encourage them to do something positive and discourage them from doing the negative. You know what I mean? And I try and let them know that it's real in there. I don't know what you saw on the rap video or what your homeboy told you, but it's real in there. And one thing we used to do when the guys get involved in different activity, homosexual activity, or anything that's not manly, we used to just, like if they were from Savannah, I would tell my sister, and he would tell his niece and cousin and everybody, you can't hide. You know, we
Right.
had the internet and everything back then. So whatever you're doing inside is gonna follow you outside.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, you know, some of these dudes you see and you think they stood up like soldiers, they were walking around with their T-shirt tied up in a knot, you know. But that's why I'm trying to let these guys know it's not cool. There's nothing cool about going into the prison system,
That's right.
you know.
That's
When
right.
I'm going back and forth to Savannah and I see that Department of Correction bus riding down the road, my heart goes out to those dudes, you know.
Yeah, and they're young
I know what
guys.
they feel like.
Yeah, young
In modern
dudes.
day slave ships, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right.
So they on
You know,
these.
Pony Boy, you mentioned.
I'm sorry, V. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying one thing that he mentioned earlier is just the stories. You know, those things happen in real life.
Yeah.
And we don't realize these things because we don't hear the stories in real life or we're not sharing the stories, but it actually sounds like something that happened on TV.
Mhm.
And Jerry, earlier you asked me the question was, how do we come to break our silence? How do people come to saying these things? We have to be honest. This is just another story in which you have to come out and say, oh, it wasn't just peaches and cream. It wasn't just, you know, I wasn't just sitting around watching TV all day eating snacks and honey buns. I actually went through some things. I saw some crazy things. I saw some horrific things.
Mhm.
And it's the same thing in our everyday life. It's the same thing in our churches. It's the same things in our community. We have to bring it back to the one thing I said earlier in the call is that truth. That truth is what really makes it either going to go away or remain. The
Mhm.
truth is going to remain either way. But what happened to you, we can either do positive things like Pony Boys going back, reaching back into the community, pulling another brother, young man up
Mhm.
to make sure he doesn't go back down the same bad path that he went down.
That's
And
right.
it's all about that. Everybody paying it forward, and not just coming out, and then keeping it a secret that I've been incarcerated.
That's right.
Because years ago, a lot of people, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
The
it's
truth
people
is
now
the
that,
truth all around the world.
That's
All
right.
around the
That-
world.
that's
The truth
right.
is the truth.
that's right.
You know.
The truth
And
is
one
the
thing
truth.
That's
about
right.
it, I don't try and shock them. I just like to keep be said. I try and keep it, you know, as I'm just going to tell it like it is.
That's
So
right.
oftentimes,
Yeah, yeah.
not so much as in the churches, but even if I'm at the barbershop and these young dudes come in there and you can see their pants hanging because they got a pistol on them, I open up my shirt and I show them my stomach. I show them all the stab marks where I got stabbed by guys from Atlanta, because in the penitentiary in Georgia, Savannah and Atlanta, you know, don't get along. They like Bloods and Crips, you know.
Right, right.
And I show them where they cut my stomach up. I show them the back of my head because I wear a bald head, where they bust me in the back of my head. I tell them about the time when the guys jumped me in the chow hall and tried to push my head down. They had these huge rat traps,
Hmm.
and it was a rat stuck on the trap, and he was still alive, and they were pushing my face into the rat, you know, and I'm not gonna try and tell no heroic tale or anything like that. If it wasn't for the COs coming to my rescue, that rat would have bit me up, you know.
Wow.
But it's nothing cool about that, and I share that because it's the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
And if my truth can be a deterrent for one of these young brothers, then so be it. I'm gonna tell the truth, you know.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You know what, boy, did you tell them the truth about when you used to call my house collect and I wouldn't answer the phone? That's some truth, too.
I didn't tell him that.
I ain't answering the phone that he tried to run up my bill. But I'm going to tell you something. One thing that I regret, and if anyone has the stories that you're sharing with me, one thing that I would have changed during that time period was the visitations, and also the phone calls. Let's see how we can make it in our budget to make sure that we can accept that collect call coming on the other line. It used to make me mad. Pony Boy, you called me on that phone, but this is the thing. For anyone that has a family of a family member, someone in the prison system, go visit them.
That's
Go
right.
visit them. These stories that Pony Boy is sharing right now, so they need you. They're fighting for their lives every day.
Mm.
Every day.
And there,
Every day.
You know, I'm not trying to be overly dramatic. I'm not trying to make it anything other than what it is, because it's some prisons in Georgia that actually have chilled out. You know, it used to be stabbings every day and all that. Some prisons have chilled out, but you still have a certain amount of violence that's going to go on regardless, because of people from different areas and different age groups. And this now the thing is a lot of prison politics that go on,
right,
that escalates the violence. But just like V said, keep in touch with your loved one. You know, reach out to them. I don't even know if they still have collect calls, you know, these whatever, you know, but oftentimes, you know, these guys get in there and their families forget about them, and that really leads to them just absorbing more criminal ideas and everything, and coming back on the street worse than where they went in, you know.
That's right.
And but you know, if I could do anything, I just want to be a deterrent. And one thing, if you might find this funny, Jerry, but by me being locked up so long, this year is the most time that myself and V have spent together since we were kids.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
I believe you.
the way we got together is my living situation in Savannah was so terrible, so deplorable. When V came to visit and she saw it, she said, "No, you coming back to Atlanta with me." And I've been in Atlanta ever since.
Yeah.
You know, so it's funny how life works things out, and things have changed.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the baby sister, but she reached out to take care of the little big brother, you know.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do that, man, for family, you know. You got to.
Right.
Everybody need help sometime. You just never know when life, you know, take a turn on you. You can't do for yourself.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, look, guys, we out of time. Man, I forgot to plug up my phone, so we lost Facebook Live, but we still streaming on our radio platform. But we just want to let everybody know we want to, you know, wish them a great Easter and get-togethers with their family. I mean, family is precious. And one of the things that came out in this program was that a lot of times, a lot of us don't know how the other person is suffering because of your abuse. And that's some of the things that we're going to be just coming out in our program, and the people are going to let you know how they feel on the other side of that fist. You know, it's not a good feeling. And a lot of times you don't know what you're dishing out is going to probably come back to you. Karma.
Karma is real.
Yeah, it's real.
Real.
It's real. Yeah. Witness. All right. So, V, tell everybody where they can find you and when your next event, in case they want to come out and check you guys out and meet you, get some autographs and get your book. Go ahead and let us know.
Oh, yeah. So you can find us on all social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Speaklife as my handle, and Shifted Masterpiece for our nonprofit organization. And that's every first Saturday of the month. It's at Taste of Paradise Restaurant in Lilburn, Georgia, 4805 Lawrenceville Highway, Lilburn, Georgia. That's every first Saturday. We have an amazing open mic for any spoken word artists, comedians, any musicians, dancers. Come on out and have a good time with us. And that's the same for Pony Boy, where you can share your information. But Pony Boy is our host. I'm turning the mic over to Pony Boy to give his information now.
Hold on, V, before you do that. Did you say shifted masterpiece or gifted masterpiece?
That's shifted as in a shift in the atmosphere.
Okay,
so
so
shifted masterpiece.
Okay.
SHIFTED masterpiece.
All
Because
right.
God made you a masterpiece.
So I got that right. All right, Pony Boy, tell everybody how they can meet you and where they can find you if they want to get your autograph.
Well, I'm old school. I'm old school. Anybody, you can find me on Facebook, Vladimir Pony Boy McKeithen on Facebook, the same on Instagram. I'm definitely, like V said, I'm always in the building for our open mic in Lilburn. And if you need me for any of your events, you know you need a host for your events. You have a young man that might need mentoring. It doesn't even have to be a young man, but a returning citizen that might need help getting led in the right direction, or even if you might need just someone that's trying to get their CDL, just reach out to me on Facebook, Vladimir Ponyboy McKeithen on Facebook.
All right. Vladimir, he knows a lot about the trucking business, so you're looking at somebody make a great administrator because he know all about it. The inspections, the way the trucks need to.
Tell them to call me
That's
up.
right. Call him up.
I need that employment.
That's right.
Need that employment. Call me up.
He's a consultant. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to connect you with our boy Ken Osborne. He actually has one truck, and I think he was looking at trying to expand, and he has some ideas with his ministry. So you guys might be able to do some stuff together.
Yeah.
All right, hit him up, Ken Osborne.
I happened to meet that young man. Him and I had a great conversation.
Oh, did you? You met Ken?
Similarities.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He was on V's talk show one time. I had the pleasure of meeting Ken Osborne.
Yeah.
KO.
Yeah, KO. Yeah, he's the man.
Prison of Power.
That's right. He's been here.
Prison of Power.
Yeah, he comes here all the time, man. He's been he actually performed live for my journey. We had an event here. He came out, and so we got a lot going on. We was hoping he was going to be part of my journey, but he has a big event about to come up. He's working on that. I think it's in Augusta. Yeah. So we hope you guys can support him there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate
I really
it.
that young brother.
Yeah, he's doing it, man. He's doing his thing. But look, man, we really appreciate you guys joining me here on Late Night with Jervis Live. I know everybody probably said, "We're Paul and G." Well, they on break right now, y'all. So the triple podcast will be back in May. So we giving. So I'm just going to hold it down a little bit just to make sure we still on the air. So make sure you guys tune in on Mondays. You can start at 8 o'clock with Reed, Pep Talk with Reed. Then you got Lakeisha Mosley's show. Then following her is Late Night with Shay. That's right. Me and Shay come on at 10. Then Tuesdays you got Dr. Kelly. And then leads into Inspirational Treasure. Then you get a little bit of Clarita Haddon with Blue Flame Moments. Then Thursdays you got the Sunday Tea Party with Patrice and Catrice, and then that leads into the No Judgment Zone. That's right, with Miguel Esparza, Profecto, and Bishop out in Seattle, Washington. And then you can catch the Late Show with Dr. Trinell Stewart late night. So catch the triple podcast all week long, y'all. And again, the Christian Party Line, the next man up will be back in May. That's right. All right, y'all. Well, look, if you want some encouraging words before we go, speak life and encouraging words for people before we roll.
One last thing. You've heard my obstacles in life. You heard Pony Boy's obstacles in life. Whatever obstacle you're going through, just always remember that there is no limit, no boundaries to what God can do. He can get you out of any situation you can think of. And there is a big, great life after you've gone through that turmoil, after you've gone through some struggles. There is no limit, no limitations. Just always remember that and live life beyond the other side of the sky. And one last thing, that's to always speak life and not strife, because the more you speak life, the more positive outcomes will be made manifest in your life.
Amen. And Pony Boy, your last final words, sir.
My last words would be the best way to receive a blessing is to be a blessing. Don't feel like you can't share. One thing about it is you learn how to get on top of the mountain, reach down and bring somebody else up. Show them how you got to the top of the mountain. It's always better to be a blessing to somebody. That's and God will bless you. And I just want to say, Brother Jared, thank you for having us.
Amen.
It's been an honor and a pleasure, and I really appreciate your time and giving us the opportunity to share a little bit tonight.
You're welcome, bro. We're going to have you back on Next Man Up so that thing airs again and get you on Dr. Kelly's show, man. Share your story. I ain't want to give it all away on our show, since, we know that we waiting for my journey. That's right. All right, one final question, y'all.
Apologies.
Can y'all feel the power? That's right, Paula G. Can y'all feel the power?
Shout out to Paula G. Feel the power.
Feel the power.
Feel the power.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power?
Man.
Positive Power 21.org. Internet radio.
You're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, y'all. That was Speak Life and Pony Boy. They will be back again. Y'all don't forget Speak Life. She be back to hang out with us on the Christian Party Line. Yeah. That's right. We know she like that radio. So stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. Don't forget, y'all, we streaming on YouTube. Just type in Jerry Royce Live and you catch all our visual television programming. We got original programming. We produce up to 6 shows here, not counting all the music videos that we get from independent gospel artists and live performances. So check it out on YouTube or go to positivepower21.org and stream it right there on that channel. All right, y'all. Take care, everybody. Have a happy Easter. God bless you. Jesus is Lord.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Y'all young boys out there, I'm telling y'all, man. When you get behind the ball and you see them boys with them shanks, and they on the ground scraping them shanks trying to get them right, tell them they gonna put fear in your heart. You got boys in there who trying to rape you, trying to take your booty when you're locked up. They talk to you any kind of way. They spit in your face. They talk about your mama. They talk about your daddy. So you better stay up out of them. Think about the consequences. Cause whatever y'all doing out there, I'm telling you, there's consequences to it. You want to be hard and wrong with your friends, I'm telling you, when you get in trouble, you're going to prison. It ain't even in your blood to do no crime. But you still out there doing it because you want to be tough. You want to be hard. You ain't even grow up like that. Running the streets, not listening to your mama. But as soon as you get locked up, the first person y'all call is your mama. You call crime. Want somebody to beat up for you. Because I'm telling you, once you get locked up, ain't nobody going to beat up for you. All your friends, you ain't going to hear from them no more. You're going to be by yourself. Get your